Hey everybody, and welcome to Never Lose Your Nerve. I'm Brandon.
This is Diana.
Yes, another husband and wife show. Like I said before in the past, we make these videos for more mature content. This movie was rated R, and I guess something in the beginning. This is a spoiler video, so we're gonna go over the whole movie, our thoughts. We might go over some mature content. So, like I said, if there's any kids watching or people that aren't really interested in maybe this kind of movie, just a Joker had a lot of violence and a lot of stuff like that. So, just want to get that out there in the beginning.
Yeah.
So what was your overall thoughts of the movie? Just like first overall impressions.
Well, it was a twisted kind of movie. You
Hmm.
don't know if it was, you don't know from real and from if it was just all in his head.
Yeah, it was a wild ride. Like I said, crazy movie. Basically, we start off with his job, kind of like a temp service that provides like clowns.
Yeah.
People who dress up as clowns. I said at one point we see him at a kid's hospital. In the beginning, we see him. Yeah, there's a store closing down. And he's like outside with the sign, and there's like actually a guy at a piano playing music. I was like, well, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You would, I don't think you would see that nowadays. A guy outside playing a piano,
Well, that was back then,
a
though.
store closing. Yeah, like I said, I think this was based in the early '80s. I think it's supposed to be like '81, something like that,
Yeah.
if I remember it correctly. But yes, and then we do see, which is this. This is something that I actually got correct, and we had a video I did with my cousin Andrew, and we were wondering like why he got so down on his luck and everything, and I was predicting, well, maybe they ran out of funding and didn't have the money maybe for the uh,
For
for the treatment anymore.
Yeah. Well,
So
you did. It was kind of truth. I mean, they didn't run out. It's just that I guess the government didn't want to give the money anymore, or keep funding
no.
you know that type of people with that disorder that he had.
Yeah, they were cutting spending. This is also during the time, which was actually true whenever they are having the garbage strike, I believe. That's why you saw mounds of trash bags and stuff because that actually is a true event in our history. And like I said, they depicted that in the movie when they were having the trash. I don't know exactly. I don't know how to put it exactly. Garbage strike, I think, is exactly what it was. Where they weren't picking up the trash.
Yeah, there were just trash everywhere. Nasty.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we do see him with the psychiatrist, and that's kind of the beginning of when he starts to go off the rails, a little bit more, because he was telling her, you never listened to me. You was that the first time, or did he go to her two times?
He went 2 times.
Was it two times?
Yeah. Well, the first time he did start talking to her and start telling her, a bunch of stuff, and then she's just like sitting there listening to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he didn't say anything else, and then he was just talking nonsense. And then the second time he went is whenever he started talking, and she was like really paying attention, and he's like, you just tell me the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You never listens to me.
Yeah.
And then she was trying to tell him, well, actually, this funding is gonna be over,
Yeah.
And then he said, well, we're gonna get my meds,
Yeah.
And then she was like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, you're kind of out of luck. But yeah, because I think the first time they talked, she was like asking him if he was journaling, and he kind of showed her, and he had like kind of naked pictures cut out in his journal, and kind of crazy thoughts like, "I hope my death means more than my life," or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then she also mentioned, which kind of ties into the ending, which is kind of makes you think if this is real or not. She said that he had actually been in a mental hospital before.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So that kind of ties into the end we'll get to. Kind of, it's kind of making you think: is this real? Is this not? Is this all in his head? I think that was setting it up, kind of a foreshadowing of that.
Well, not just that, but when what happened with the girl, his neighbor, when it's
Yeah,
just an hallucination, not hallucination, but it's just all in his head,
yeah,
fantasizing that. I guess that's the word that I was trying to.
yeah. But basically, yeah. After the psychiatrist said they're cutting funding, it was kind of like the last time he got his meds, because later in the movie, whenever he killed the fat guy, he was like, "I'm off my meds. I feel great." He was like, he was feeling better.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't as depressed. He was kind of feeling more loose, maybe.
Yeah, he
Something
was
like that.
feeling himself. That's why he was like killing everybody.
Yeah, it's really starting to take his rage out.
Well, whenever he took his rage out is whenever he killed the three guys in the train.
Yeah, yeah. Going back to where that began is, like I said, whenever he had that job and he was outside, where the store was closing, is when kind of the first time we see like him getting picked on. You know, the kid stole the sign. He ran into, which I don't even understand why he cared so much about that freaking sign. I would have just let it go.
Well, because he needed to turn it in. Even the guy told him whenever he went back to work, he was like, "What happened to the sign?" And
Yeah,
he was like, he said, "You left and you never returned a sign." What kind of person, does that?
yeah,
And the store is even going out of business. Why would you do that? Like
yeah,
he didn't ask him, what happened. They were just automatically accusing him of things that he didn't even do. And I mean, you just need to think about it. People is he was sick in the head.
mhm,
And if you start accusing someone like that instead of, approaching them in a different way, they're gonna go crazy. I mean, I
yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's my thought in there.
It would have been like the guy stole the sign and beat the crap out of me. Didn't this stupid guy playing the piano see him take my sign?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was just kind of the beginning, kind of showing you like the little things, the little nitpicks. You know, kind of like picking a scab. You know, eventually you're gonna rip it off. It's gonna bleed eventually.
To
Gross
be honest,
analogy.
it did kind of make me sad. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, poor buddy.
yeah,
I guess it kind of made me think now. Maybe this is the reason why he became, the
mm,
Joker. Like not the Joker, but the mean and evil, heartless, killing, cold heart, blooded,
yeah,
killer, because of the situation that he was in, and the way they forced him to become, because he was forced to become the way that he is now, well, that he is in the movie, in
mm.
the movies. He was actually forced to be that way.
Well, I don't know if forced is the right word. I mean, this movie has gotten accused, have accusations, whatever critics said, of glorifying violence, which I don't think is true, because the first time he kills was actually out of self defense.
Mm-hmm.
Which, before I get to that, let me just mention, yeah, whenever he got beat up, the guy, I think his name was Randall, was the fat guy, was gave him the gun. He was like, "You can pay me back later." And then remember, he was at the kids.
Hospital.
Yeah, so this all leads up to this. He's at the kids' hospital. He was singing, dancing, and the gun came out. Which I don't know why you would bring that to a kids' thing.
No, you need
Hospital.
to say the guy Randall gave him the gun because he wanted him to get fired. He doesn't really like him. He was just trying to be nice to him because he knew the conditions that he was in. He knew that he was crazy in the main brain.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I mean, you might be right, but I'm not for sure if he did that on purpose or if he was just. I don't think he was just trying to be nice. I mean, it could be true. Maybe he thought he was going to go crazy with the gun,
Yeah.
but that's not good to give a crazy person a gun. That's not smart. But after that, after the thing that happened to Kids Hospital, the gun came out. That's when he got fired. I heard him on the phone with his boss saying, why would you bring a gun to a kid's thing? He was trying to explain it was a prop and everything. But yeah, basically he got fired. And then that's whenever he was on the bus or the train, and there was the three guys there that were picking on him. Well, actually, they were picking on the girl.
And he started laughing since he has the disease, that he just started laughing and he can't stop, laughing for no reason.
Yeah.
And then the guy start, I guess he didn't mean to start laughing whenever they were picking on the girl.
Mhm.
I guess it's just like a nervous reaction that he does whenever, I think it's a nervous reaction. When he started like looking and staring that they were messing with the girl, instead of reacting like, hey, stop messing with her, he just started laughing. But I guess it's like a nervous reaction, and that's whenever the guys they start messing with him and saying, "Oh, do you think this is funny?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had forgot to mention that about his laugh. They had showed his laugh earlier. You had seen him in the trailers. You just thought that was his just crazy Joker laugh when he was Joker, but that was actually a real condition, which it showed earlier in the movie when he was on the train and the little kid he was making faces and the mom was
He was actually in the bus. He was on the bus.
the bus and and the mom was saying mess with my kid and then he handed her the card, which she never gave it back to him, which she was reaching for it when the guys were messing with him to give him the card because it was explaining his condition.
They just not like slap him.
Yeah, which it was kind of cool how Joaquin Phoenix depicted it. Like it was actually like he was in pain, like he was choking and couldn't. Like it was like painful for him to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was. Of course, he's not laughing just to be funny, just to laugh. I mean, it was literally like painful for him to do that.
Right, like he was trying to stop and he couldn't stop.
Like he would be like he was literally choking from the laughing. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a cool twist on it. That his laugh is actually a condition. It's not just a crazy laugh.
And I think he did a pretty. The actor.
Oh yeah.
I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
I mean, I love. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Oh, he was my best Joker ever.
Yeah, he was awesome.
But he did a pretty good job. I like it.
Yeah, he did a great job. But yeah, like I said, on the train is whenever he had his first kill. He had killed 3 of them. The first one was self-defense. Second one, but then the third one, he literally like hunted him down.
No,
shot him multiple times.
He shot him in the butt.
Yeah, you know? But then he kept going after him like
I know,
he was.
But he shot him in the butt, and then, like I guess from the reaction that he had, I'm not gonna let him go. I better finish this. So he went and, shot him, and then he was dead. But then he was like, you know what? He started feeling the taste of the killing, and I think he really did like it. It was like a feeding to his, evil inside of him. So he just like bah, bah, and he finished it.
Yeah,
it
so
was fatality.
Yeah, so he killed 3 guys right there. Like I said, that was kind of in self-defense. The first guy, second guy, but that third guy, he literally hunted him down. He shot him more times than he had to, but yeah, that was kind of his first dive into really being bad.
And the thing is that he didn't feel any. He was saying that he didn't feel any remorse. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Any remorse of killing when he went and looked for. Oh well, we get back to that. But whenever he was getting for the files, the reports, the records for his mom.
Yeah. And then, was it after he killed those guys, is that when he went into the bathroom and he was like doing his weird dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right after he was running, and then he found the first bathroom, and then he locked it, and then he was like, I thought he was gonna be like nervous and stuff, like wash his face and, kind of like panicking. Yeah. But then he started making his dance, kind of like, I guess, to calm him down.
Yeah, I've heard Joaquin Phoenix got that from some old movie. He got that from, I can't remember. I should have looked it up. But all that movement and stuff, he got that from like an old movie.
Isn't like the first Joker though?
No, I can't remember exactly, but I know Joaquin Phoenix based that dance and that movement off of something, some old movie or something like that, like an old actor.
From the Joker? Was he
No,
Joker?
not Joker, just like a different movie. We're also introduced to his mother, Penny Fleck. Like I said, his name was Arthur Fleck in the movie, Penny Fleck, but then, I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know that we find out that he was adopted. Like I said, we do see his mom, like he's taking care of her, he's coming home, he's bathing her, he's kind of creepy, dancing with her. There's a lot of things going on.
But before all that, there was a big twist that supposedly he was Bruce Wayne's brother. You know, where the mom keep like sending letters to, I don't know, Bruce Wayne's dad and
Yeah, Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne, and she keeps saying how nice he is, and you know she kept waiting for letters back from him, and he always had Robert, the Joker, to check the mail, and then you know there's never letters from him until that one day that she wrote a letter, and then she told him to send it in the mail. And he was curious, so he opened the letter and he read it, and he saw that supposedly she was saying that her and his son needed help from him.
Right.
So he thought that he was his dad, because in the lady's head, that was true, because she suffered from the same disease that he had, like fantasizing and making stuff up.
Which I think some of his, it reveals in there that he was abused by her ex-boyfriend. It was like handcuffed or tied to like a radiator or something and beaten. Which they said he suffered head trauma too, so that might have caused that. He might have been like a normal child maybe back then, and then all that caused his laughing in. So that's really messed up.
Yeah.
And
poor kid.
There was actually something else that I've seen that I don't exactly remember, but I think it was after he killed his mom or towards the end of the movie. There was a letter signed RTW for Thomas Wayne, and it said something about always loved your smile. So it did kind of put it in there still that still might be his brother or his dad. Mm-hmm. So you never know.
It could be. Honestly, in my perspective, I do really think there's a big twist, but I do think that he might be Bruce Wayne's brother. Because the way that I saw that Thomas Wayne was acting, or he was before, which, nobody, only the ones that are like very into comics and reading all the comments, they know, exactly what's up. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I really think that he was a jerk. And he could have hide anything, just to keep the superficial, life that he had, with all these rich people that he don't want. Like there's a lot of people like that. They just want to keep their, what's the word that I'm trying to find?
What, status? Or?
Their status, or, like their, their, some kind of, their life, outside of what really is going on. Mm-hmm. Just like a cover that, they just want to show everybody else that they're perfect and...
A facade.
Yeah.
Facade is a good word.
Right, a facade.
A fancy word.
A facade, yeah. That, from things that they actually have done, but other people don't see it. And I really think that he really changed the papers, like the records. Mm-hmm. That Robert went and looked, and that he read that it says actually that he was adopted. I honestly think Thomas Wayne actually probably could have had something to do with it. Like change it, make it seem like he's not the dad, that he was just adopted, and then accusing her of being hallucinating and just making up stories.
Yeah, well, I do think she was crazy too, because she was also in the mental hospital.
Yeah, but she could be in the mental hospital after, she got pregnant, and Thomas Wayne could have put her in there so nobody else could find out that she was pregnant of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I think, honestly. I guess I watch too much soap operas.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, they did. do a swerve on Thomas Wayne. I mean, he's always been looked at as like the savior of the city, the guy that's fighting crime and the guy that's wanting to get everybody out of poverty and this and that. But
It's just
they really made him into an asshole in this. Like he was saying that these people are all clowns. I'm here to save them and this and that. Like they made him out to be like not a likable guy at all.
I think he was the one who was actually cutting off all the money.
I mean, yeah, like I said, when me and Andrew did the movie or the video, I kind of thought that too. I was like, well, maybe if the prediction is right that is his son, maybe he's not giving them money or providing. Maybe that's why. I mean, it's a possibility because it wouldn't look good on Thomas Wayne to have a child with a schizophrenic, crazy woman that he cheated on his wife with in his office. So it's possible that him or Alfred. Which you did see Alfred whenever Arthur Fleck went to see Bruce Wayne as a kid, stuck his fingers in his mouth. And
you saw how he got, right?
Yeah, so Alfred could have been the one to change the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he always covering up for when Batman grow up, he was covering up for Batman.
Yeah.
And this time he's working for Thomas Wayne. Of course, he's gonna be covering up for him. He will be doing his dirty job.
Yeah. I guess let's get to, like I said, after those first deaths, it said he also got to the point where he found out that his mom was lying. It wasn't his real mom. He was adopted. She allowed him to be abused by her boyfriend, and then he killed his mom, smothering her. And then it's after that you kind of found out that the girlfriend he had actually wasn't there, because isn't that after he killed his mom, he went to her her apartment, and he was inside, and she was like...
Yeah, but the girl supposedly, in his head, the girl was always, whenever the mom got sick or got the stroke or whatever, in his head, she was always with him, and... right next to him. And then whenever he went and killed her, he went back to her apartment, and then she got freaked out. That's whenever he realized that it wasn't true, because he was just like, aren't you Arthur from
down the hall?
Yeah.
And in the movie I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I honestly was like, wow. Mind blowing. I was like, what is going on? I was like,
because I thought she was gonna walk out and be like, are you okay? What happened? Something like that. But she was like, are you Arthur from down the hall? I think you're in the wrong apartment. And then he did the gun like she did, which I wonder.
I don't think she did it though. I think she was. I think he just imagined that, because she got scared whenever he went like this.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, was everything made up in his head? Like, did he actually see her in the elevator that day, or was that made up too? I guess we won't know, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy to think about.
Very weird.
Yeah, like I said, but after that we found out she's not real. And something else I've been watching some videos on, there people were like, why would you take your girlfriend to see you do a comedy show? That's something you wouldn't do, because in case you bomb, you're not funny, she's gonna be like, I'm out. This guy's not even funny.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing a little bit.
No, you know what? I actually, whenever he took her to the comedy.
Yeah.
And then, nobody was laughing, but she was the only one who was smiling.
Yeah.
I just thought she was trying to be nice, to him. Kind of like supportive kind of way. But then when you realize that, dang, that wasn't true.
Yeah, because it was going terrible in the beginning, but then before it cut off, it kind of seemed like he was doing okay. Because I even turned to Deanna in the movie. I was like, well, maybe he was funny, because it seemed like she was laughing, and it kind of, the way they cut it before they ended the scene, it kind of sounded like the crowd was laughing.
Yeah.
So it sounded like he was actually doing a good job. So I was like, well, maybe he is funny.
Yeah, they were just laughing for the. I guess they were laughing for the laugh that he couldn't stop laughing at himself.
Yeah, he started like that. He couldn't stop doing that. That had to be so torturous and embarrassing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't even do anything in front of people if I had that
You
condition.
won't go public.
No, but and then we saw. I'm gonna go back before he killed his mom. We saw introduced to Murray, which that's another part when he had like the not a flashback, not a flashback for him, but it was just imagination
It was
thing
like a
that
dream to him.
yeah that he was in the crowd. Then Murray called him down. This is like his all-time favorite talk show, and this guy was loved like Johnny Carson kind of figure, and then he brought him down. He's like, "Oh, you take care of your mother. Oh, that's so wonderful." And he was like, "I wish I had a son like you." And then you find out that that's all imagined. So yeah, that kind of just set up for the whole movie. That was his imagination. The girlfriend was an imagination. It makes you think that maybe this whole thing is his imagination.
And at the end, when they, when everything happened, and all the people with all the people with the Joker face mask, they were like cheering at him and stuff.
Mhm.
That could be just an imagination, not really in his head.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get to that at the end because that was a pretty cool part. But then we see another when he killed somebody. Goes back to the fat guy Randall. It's funny when Randall and then the short. I don't know if I can say midget.
No,
Is that
midget.
appropriate?
It's
the little guy.
Yes.
Gary came over.
The little man.
Yeah, and then he just had the all white face paint. That was pretty creepy when he just had no other colors. It was just the white paint.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when he killed that guy, which it's kind of weird to laugh during that part because he just killed this guy with some freaking scissors, and then the little guy's over there like thinking he's gonna kill him too.
Yeah, he was scared.
And then it was funny though because then he was like, "You can go," and then he's like walking back, like scaring him. And then the poor guy couldn't even reach the deadbolt.
No,
he had to ask him,
like,
"Can you please?"
He's like, "You can go," and then he's like,
yeah. And the poor guy, he can't even reach the deadbolt. And then he goes to open the door and then he closes it again. You're like,
oh no, he's like,
crap,
"Oh, buddy,
he's gonna
you need help."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah."
I kept thinking he was gonna kill the guy, Gary.
Yeah.
The little guy.
Well, and he even said, Arthur, the Joker, he even said, You're the only person who's being nice to me."
Yeah, he was. So you see that Joker's not just a guy that he's just not killing just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
He's killing people that he thinks deserves it or were really mean, which we're not condoning. We're not condoning that you should kill somebody because you don't like them, but again, it's a movie.
I think he's just killing people that are being awful to him. Like, look, the three guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what's it called?
He killed his mom too.
The fat guy first, or the mom?
Yeah, Randall. That was after he killed his mother, I believe.
Well, the mom, when the mom allowed it for the boyfriend to mistreat him, to be abused. The fat guy, Randall, he was the one. It was because of him that he got fired and he had his job.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to blame that completely on Randall because, again, you shouldn't take a gun to a children's hospital. So,
but come on, he's a sick man in the head, and they knew that. They knew that he was taking medicines, and they were always making fun of him. Again, that he was a weirdo.
Again, why would you give a crazy person a gun?
Because he wanted something to stir up. He was maybe thinking that he was gonna go kill someone else. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he was expecting for him to kill like the boss, because Randall didn't like the boss.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm not for sure.
I think so. I think that's what Randall wanted. Everything happened differently the way that I think he was expecting it. Because then he was like acting. He never said, "Oh, I gave him the gun." Mm. He was just like making. Excuses. He never said, "Oh, I gave him the gun," and he was actually talking to the boss and saying, "Oh, who will bring a gun?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like
you
I
can do that
said,
kind of stuff.
it doesn't make sense. But like I said, Arthur's not in his right mind. But um, yeah, like I said before that, like I said, he couldn't undo the deadbolt. He had to help him out. And then it's funny because he was like, "Have you ever seen the Murray whatever show? I'm gonna be on there tonight." And he was like, "Yeah," kissed him on the forehead. I was like, "Oh my god, it's so uncomfortable."
And then he started running.
It's so
out of
uncomfortable.
there.
Yeah, and then you see him before he goes to the Murray show. Well, I guess we didn't mention that he's in the hospital with his mom. This is, of course, before he kills her, and I guess they got a videotape of Arthur when he was at that comedy show, and yeah, he was just so bad that they ended up getting, I guess, such a big
He was just
reply about
trying.
it.
He was just trying to make fun of him,
I
and
know.
and Arthur knew that he was just making fun of him, and he even told him whenever he went to the show, "You just want to make fun of me. You just want to laugh at me."
That's when he saw that, yeah, he was just making fun of him, showing that, you know, showing that clip of him when he wasn't funny and making fun of his jokes. Like, nobody's laughing now. He's like, you got that right. So then, yeah, he got mad at that part. So then, yeah, after he killed Randall and all that, you see him coming out in his full Joker outfit. He's dyed his hair. He's got the full makeup on, the suit, everything, classic Joker look.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's dancing down the stairs.
Dancing.
And then
the detective started
yeah.
start to try to stop him, but he started running.
Yeah, then they chase him. Of course, he would go to the trains again. Everybody's in with the mask because they're going to go protest. And I think the cops end up getting killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, because one of them, the gun went off. Well, I said, basically, I'm leading to... That's before he confronted Thomas Wayne, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back a little bit, I guess, because I want to leave that part out. Whenever he confronted Thomas Wayne in the bathroom, and he was like, "You're my dad, I don't even know."
That's whenever, for the letter that he went and confront. The lady was still alive.
Yeah. I said, jumping around a little bit, certain things are coming into my head that I don't want to forget to mention. But yeah, he was like, "You're my dad, I don't even know what to say to you, I don't want anything." And he was like, "No, your
like,
mom was crazy."
Want? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, like, I don't want any... Yeah, it's like, I don't want your money, I don't want anything, I just want a hug, or I just want maybe some affection or acknowledgement, basically. Which that's all he really wanted, was just somebody to love him.
But the funny thing, I know. Anyways, but he was like, "You're not my son. Your mom was crazy."
Your mom was just crazy. He's like, "Ooh, I don't like that."
Yeah, he didn't like that, so he became very aggressive. And then Thomas Wayne punched him in the face.
Yeah, punched him.
And he started laughing. And then what did he say? What did Thomas Wayne say? Did he say, "Do you think
Just
that's
don't
funny?"
come near my son again. Yeah, because he asked him if he's the one who went to his son, so we found out about that.
Yeah.
But don't go near my son again. Like I said, after that is when, Arthur went to the mental hospital, found the records, found he was adopted, killed his mother, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to, like I said, he goes on the Murray show.
Mm.
And then that's the really tense, big climax of the movie.
When he kissed the old lady.
The old lady. Which I also saw that was based on a show too, where somebody did something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think that lady was like a famous psychologist or something. Was it Dr. Ruth or something?
And there, yeah, she was a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you saw when he was on the couch with Murray, then before he goes out, he's like, "Can you introduce me as Joker?" He was like, "That's what you call me, right? You called me a Joker?" So we kind of turned that back around on him.
Right.
Yeah, and then of course you see the part where he ends up shooting him. And
that was
like, wow. Okay, now this is getting real serious.
Yeah, like it was like nothing.
Yeah, because before that, you would see him in his apartment practicing. He was acting like he was going to kill himself on TV.
Yeah, but he was actually practicing to kill Murray.
Yeah, so they were trying to deceive you, trying to think that he was just going to kill himself on live TV just to kind of make a statement or try to get himself out there, noticed. But yeah, you see him get killed, and then, of course, he gets arrested, and it's kind of like a mirror image of whenever Heath Ledger did in the Joker when he was in the police car.
Yeah.
Remember that? But he wasn't outside, of course, whatever. doing that. He was just inside, and then
the crazy.
yeah, the clown people broke him out, smashed the ambulance into the cop car, and that leads to the end, which I actually thought that part was done really cool. Like I said, we're not condoning this, not glorifying violence or anything, but I thought the way it was shot was pretty cool. When he was like, they laid him out in the car, and they were like, "Get up, get up, get up."
But that's another thing. We don't know if it was real or not. We don't
Yeah,
know
we
if
don't.
it was just like daydreaming like he was doing the whole time.
Yeah, but I just want to mention that I thought that scene was done really good. I thought it was really cool. And then when he took the blood and smeared it for his smile, I just thought that last part was pretty cool.
Mm.
And then it leads to him talking to the psychiatrist again, which this point he's in the white suit, he's in with the padded walls. And something I've been thinking about is this could either be after he gets caught again, maybe, and he's in the room and they're interviewing him, or this could have been when he was in the hospital before. I think it's one of two options. I think it's more the former, though, because when the psychiatrist in the beginning of the movie was saying, "You've been in here before," I think this might be from before. He was just like telling a story, maybe.
Could have.
I mean, I think they might explain it because I think Joaquin Phoenix, he has said that he'd be down for another movie. So I think they are going to make another Joker movie, especially as popular as it's been, and it's gotten good feedback from fans and stuff. And it probably could even get some Oscars. I think they are going to make at least another movie.
Well, I just hope they will do it soon, especially because he's getting older. He's not even younger, and I don't think the Joker was that old.
No, I think in this movie they said that
supposed to be in his late 30s or early 30s.
Mid to late 30s, possibly.
He look more older than his 30s.
But yeah, of course, Joaquin Phoenix is in his 40s.
I mean, we are in our 30s.
Yeah, but I guess you could chalk it up to he's been on medication. He's had a lot of stuff in his life, so that's going to age you more.
Yeah, rough life.
But I think if they I think it would be really cool if they try to put this Joker in with the new Batman movies, Robert Pattinson.
I would have liked that.
I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, the Joker, he's going to look older. I don't know if they're going to go for that, but I honestly would like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But
have like some scenes with him,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would probably love to see that.
Yeah. So what are you have any final thoughts or anything on the movie? I think we pretty much covered everything.
I don't think so. I just think that he did a pretty good job. His acting was on point.
Yeah.
I think everything was just, I know there's some movies that I really, me, I don't really like some movies, but this one, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. They said the director who did it, he's actually the one who did the Hangover movies and stuff. So he's basically like a comedic director, but he did a great job.
It did have a little bit of comedy in it, if you think about it. It has like a little twist, just like the Hangover. It had like some serious and some comedy at the same time. Double twist.
Yeah, but this is a total deviation of what he usually does. I guess we're going to go ahead and end it there. I think it's kind of a long video, but like I said, I just wanted to go over everything. Love the movie. It was really good.
Yep.
But
love it.
Yep. Well, if you would, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.